And hi, good morning, or hello, how are you? This is Eileen, and thank you for tuning in to the Healing Link. Today we're going to have an experiment. We're going to take something and we're going to flip it on its head and have an interesting look at being able to tune plants. And not only tune your plants, but tune the plants with the intention that the plant represents all the people in the world and the great earth herself. So, like anything that we do in life, we have to be able to set ourselves a reason for doing it, the intention. I used to be an actress, and that was always the key question that anyone would ask, and that would always be foremost in your mind. What is the intention of the action of the character? So today we're going to look at the intention to be able to assist in the healing of the hearts, soul, minds, and bodies of the plant and of the world and the people in it. Goodness knows how this is going to turn out, but it couldn't hurt, right? Right. So here we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first and foremost tune myself, and then I'm going to tune the plant. What I do when I'm working with anybody, when I'm working in a physical space with people, I will tune myself with whole body tuning forks. This is a C, there we go. This is a C fork, and this is a G fork. This is referred to as the perfect fifth. The perfect fifth is the interval that brings us to the greatest, is the interval that brings us quickly to a state of relaxation and creativity. And the way that these forks work is that when they're struck, you place them at the sides of the ears. The sound goes into the ear canal, and then it bounces off the floating bone in front of the pituitary gland. That's the bone right here. It's called the atlas bone. When it bounces off the bone, the vibration of the two sounds creates another vibration. It creates a third. It creates the middle note C, which is the triad C-E-G. As soon as that happens, that activates a precursor to all of the great cannabinoids, nitric oxide, and it balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So we know that the left hemisphere of the brain is related to the right side of the body. Everything is on an axis. And the left side of the brain would be our mathematical side, is referred to as the masculine side. It would be the logical side. It would be the side that fixes the problems. The right side of the brain, related to the left side of the body, again on the axis. This is the intuitive side. It is the creative side. It is the side that finds solutions outside the box. It is the side of the creative. It is the side of the feminine. So when this sound is activated, it allows the brain to be balanced. And studies will show that, as far as my understanding goes, the brain gets balanced in various places and times during our lives, particularly when we're breastfeeding, because of the suction mechanism that is created in the O muscles here. That allows the brain to actually work in sync with each other. Curiously enough, Judith Bluestone, who is a fantastic therapist, bless her, she has passed on, but she did an awful lot of research into the understanding of the brain. And she determined that if you use curly straws, you actually represent or reproduce the sucking mechanism of breastfeeding. Hence, you're balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And that is something that she advises for people who are on the artistic spectrum. I like it because it does that whole thing, and it calms me down and it enables me to find solutions to problems that I was either away with the fairies or just stuck in a logical mode, and I needed to be able to find some creative solution to a logical problem. So we shall go on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, tune myself, and then I'm going to tune the plant. And then I switch the forks so that we tune the plant on both sides. I hope that shall be grand. So here we go. C and G. And now we switch. Cool beans, baby. The interesting thing that we're going to take a look at is coming from about, I'm going to come up from about 6 inches from the leaves of the plant. And if we think that the leaves are the human beings on the earth, sure, it doesn't matter. The whole plant is the human beings on the earth. And then, the roots included, of course. So we're going to come and we're going to imagine that the bottom of in the roots is going to be our feet, our knees, and our root energy center. And then as we move up, it'll be the sacral energy center, which is the energy center between the navel and just above the pubic hair. And then, of course, the solar plexus, which is underneath the rib cage to the navel. And then the heart, which is just left of center field. And then the throat, and then the third eye, and then the crown. And the crown would be up here. Dun-da-da. And we'll just see what the story is now. I'm going to move this around. I'm going to zip up my jacket. And so here we go. Let's see what we can hear. While I'm doing this, I'd ask that everybody who's listening to this assist ourselves by breathing deeply and exhaling. So we're working at the feet level here. The feet is all about the ability of being able to take the next step in life. And you can hear how the fork is bottoming out and is staticky. The right foot is all about understanding where we are headed next. Thank you. Oh, that was a nice tone, don't you think? And we're just going to pull that in. And I'm going to now face the fork that way to allow this information to come through. Oh, so much better. Oh, that was lovely. I'm just going to let the sound run out, which means let the fork just keep sounding until it doesn't. Unless you accidentally hit it. Fair enough. Now I'm going to go on this side. This side would be the left side. This side is all about where we come from. And we're going to move this great big plant over here. There you go. Good boys. Yikes. You hear that? Do you hear that sharpness? This is all about where we have come from and being still very much is placed there, stuck there. Oh. Breathe with me, people. Breathe with me. I'm going to move this information in and put it into the soil, into the root. The question of where we have come from and the either congestion or depletion of energy around this particular topic is not something that you can tune in one day and go, yahoo, it's all over with. This is not something at all. Of course, this is like the gift of our living on this planet at this time. We have the ability to be able to make sense of our life and the world according to our own purpose and our own genius. Fair enough. The interesting thing about pardon me, the interesting thing about tuning is that the tuning works on a multi-levels. And of course we're talking about the quantum field here, because what we're doing here will also affect not only just the plant, but myself, anybody in a certain radius that is listening to this. And of course, because the intention is to be able to assist the globe, the world, the vulnerability of all life beings, then that's exactly what we have the potentiality of doing. We believe what we are doing with our sincerely, and we slide ourselves onto that quantum field to be able to assist in the recalibration of all of the frequencies that we both share and that we have being affected to us. So now, let's go. I'm just going to check in with my pendulum just to see, then what happens. So, I just did the feet. So, good. Cheers, got the feet going. And now we're going to, should we go now to the knees of the matter? Should we go to the root? Should we go to the root? Okie dokie. Should we go to the right of the root? Should we go to the left of the root? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the story. When we're working with the root, the body has, let's just back it up half a step. Our spinal column is made up of the right and the left, as we said already. All right, so the left side of the body is the feminine side, the right side of the body is the masculine side. And each of these sides have got an emotional signature that is indicative of particular areas as we go up the spinal column, and specifically muscular areas as we go up the spinal column. So now we're working on the root, and we're working on the left side of the root. The left side of the root is all about things that we want to be doing but aren't. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune the left side of the root. I'm going to say that it's right here. I'm going to say it's right here. Okay, baby. It's the soil. Shall we? Let's. And please, I'd ask that everybody allow yourself to keep breathing and to begin the process of thinking about the things that you want to be doing but aren't. And truly, don't give yourself a hard time, and I will do my living best not to give myself a hard time. But let's just think about these things in a favorable fashion that will allow us to determine whether or not the things that we want to be doing, that we think that we want to be doing, are actually of benefit to us, or whether or not we're holding on to something that is no longer viable in our lives, or necessary in our lives, or makes any sense in our lives. And while we're doing that at the same token, let's also keep in mind that the things that we want to be doing but aren't doing, we have now an opportunity to be able to recalibrate it so that we can get to those things that we want to be doing but aren't. This video is a manifestation of things that I want to be doing but aren't. Cheers. Here we go. Keep breathing, folks. And also perhaps even think about whether or not you can feel this in your own body on the left side of your root. Ta-ding. Things that we want to be doing but aren't. Things that we want to be doing but aren't. Things that we want to be doing but aren't. It's very interesting. We're not hearing the same shriekiness that we did with the feet. This is a softer indication. It's, for me it has a dreamlike quality. It's really very beautiful. I think that is lovely. I think that is truly, truly magnificent. You know, here we are, tuning ourselves, tuning the world, tuning everybody on it to help with the dreams that they want. This is lovely. This really is. This really is. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Gosh, that was unexpected. For me, it was unexpected. It felt like, as I said, we're dreaming we were tuning the deep dreams, the lovely dreams, the dreams that make us feel, you know, excited, and the potentiality of our dreams. That's really cool. Let's go one more time. Ooh, 20 minutes. All right, we'll give it another 5 and see how we go. Taking the pendulum now, we're going to ask, And Jesus, excuse me, thank you so much for the root. Now let's see, do we need anything else? Do we need to look at the sacral? Thank you. Do we need to look at the solar plexus? Thank you. Do we need to look at the heart of the matter, the heart? Ooh, yeah. And when we're looking at the heart, are we looking at the masculine side of the heart? Okie dokie. Are we looking at the feminine side of the heart? So we're just looking at the masculine side of the heart. I can dig it. When we are looking at the masculine side of the heart, we are looking at the area that is referred to as saying yes, but meaning no. So it's all about emotional caretaking. Okay, that's very important. I'm also going to double check because not far from that area, according to the biofield chart, there is also another area called the World Pain Center. And the World Pain Center is, where am I on? Yeah. Okay, let's just, no, it's this side. But the World Pain Center, if it would be around, like the armpit kind of action. And that is where we seem to be holding the pain of the world. And gosh knows, we got a lot of that going on right now, don't we? So let me just check. Let's just check to see if we have to also tune the World Pain Center on this beautiful plant, whose name I don't know. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to do the left side of the heart. Thank you. Should we also do the World Pain Center? Not today. Okay. That's kind of good. I'm kind of glad. The World Pain Center is... man. Just like it says on the box, man. Hard. So now, we are going to take a look at this, saying yes but meaning no, on the left side of the heart. I'm going to say that the heart is here. So we're going to come at it from this way. And let us just sort of have a listen. Saying yes, but when we mean no, emotional caretaking. Understand how that is in your life. Understand how that is in the life of the world. Whoa, there we go. All right, so emotional caretaking, saying yes when we mean no. I'm reminded of childhood incidences where that kind of information came at me, where I was assisting in the emotional caretaking of my mother, as were my sisters. And so it was really, really difficult. Because saying no absolutely shocked and enraged my mother when you said no to her. My mother has passed now, so I have a lovely relationship with her, with her memory, as well as with the essence of her. But by gosh, by gum, saying no to my mother was one of the things that I really didn't learn to do. And I remember the first time I said it, and it was phenomenally painful. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to keep breathing. Allow whatever comes up for you to come up for you. Perhaps it's a memory, perhaps. It's the reality of the moment, perhaps. This does not mean that we're now going to become hardened of hearts. What this means is that we're going to understand the dynamic of emotional caretaking so that we can get a better handle on this very intricate pattern between enabling, being an enabler, and allowing someone to learn their own lessons. Because we can't teach everybody their own lessons. Everybody's got to learn their own stuff, right? I really would like you to all just breathe with me, people. Okay, I'm compelled to bring out a long crystal called black obsidian. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strike the fork, and then I'm going to put the fork tithes at the bottom of the black obsidian to be able to give the fork a boost, a crystalline boost. The black obsidian is really good for grounding, and it's really good for empowering. Ooh, I like it already. Hear that? There's a difference. Okay. Now. There seems to be the word comes out loneliness. And it's the loneliness that happens when something immediately has left. Like that emotional caretaking energy. So, when we enable and we realize that it's time to let go, there is a loneliness for the energy that we had become used to. And now it's time to have that actualization of the necessity to let go of the emotional caretaking, because it's no longer of any benefit to either you or the party upon whom you are emotionally caretaking at this time for that particular topic. And I'm feeling it in my heart. And I know who I must allow myself to step aside from. And it was with a great amount of heartfelt sincerity that I wish that the people whom I'm thinking of recognizes the need for our emotional independence, without rancor or undue bitterness. Wow, thank you. That's beautiful, baby. I'm going to turn a light on, see if that helps. It's a little. So, the lovely thing that I experienced was this sensation of timing, of divine timing, and the gorgeousness when you realize that it's truly time to move on. So, according to the biofield tuning map created by Eileen McCusick and the techniques that she uses therein, what we would now do would be something referred to as columning, where if we were on the bed, that all of the energy centers, according to the Hindu chakra system, would be columned, which would be being able to go into the fork on a horizontal level and raising them up according to the the biofield, the auric field, so that you raise them all up so that they have all been contained and contained. Right? We don't have any splashes of stuff all over the place, right? And then what we would do is we would create a figure eight around the body so that the body in of itself is again encapsularized. This is a great and ancient mechanism tool, ritual tool, just thing that you do, right? So how are we going to do this with a plant? We'll just do it. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take the feet. I'm going to come out here and make sure that everything is all right. And then I'm going to move it out to the plant's area. Now, we're just going as far as the old computer. Yo, team. This is what I'm going to just do. I'm just going to move up incrementally from the plant towards the machine, which we'll say is the edge of the field. Wow, you're beautiful. And I'm also going to do on top of the plant as well. Now, I'm going to make a figure eight. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do it this way, above the plant. Thank you. And then I'm going to do it this way. I don't think that's very good. Is that an 8? It's more like a treble clef. Just going to go all around. You're very good. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to try something very, very interesting. I have with me not one, but 2 forks of the same frequency. These forks are called sonic sliders. This is a specific fork created by Eileen McCusick. Where are we? Here we go. sonic sliders, and the thing about them is at the time is that the handle is very long. So whereas that's a 128. That is excuse me. There we go. That's a 128. This is called, it's referred to as the pain chaser. There we go. And what you would do is you would strike the fork and you can put it on the skin itself, and it would move to be able to release the muscular tension all the way down and out the tips of the fingers. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Now, this one is called the sonic slider, and as you see, the handle is much longer, and it works so that you can move the handle across the body, and you get more skin area, right? Chicka, 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 chicka. But any frequency, any two frequencies that are put together across from each other, you have the creation of what is referred to as scalar energy. Scalar energy is this physics, really. So what it means is that when two energies of the same frequencies connect, they create a new frequency inside here. They cancel each other out, and something new and dynamic goes. Right? This has been proven to assist in healing a myriad of different ailments, from bones to skin to heart. And it also works on plants. So what we're going to do for fun is we're going to create some scalar energy on this plant here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, knock the desk over. I'm going to position my hand in such a way. Okay. Let me just see. Let me just find a leaf. Yeah. How about you, baby? Oh, doing YouTube videos, it's kind of like, I should have done media studies to figure out camera angles and all that kind of business. Okay, we're just going to give it a try and see what happens. Scalar energy has the opportunity to be able to create a bountiful new and potent energy in the middle. So this wee plant, this wee leaf in particular, is getting a dose of it. I've done this before with various other plants, and I have watched leaves move and respond to the vibrations, which is just the coolest thing on the earth. We'll give it one more hit. And again, with scalar energy, when you're using this, the advice is to let the forks run out. So, and that is just a term that means let the tuning fork keep sounding until the sound has run through it. And there it has. Okay, hey, this is the longest video I've done in the Healing Link. And by far the most experimental. But the whole idea of the Healing Link is experimental. So if you'd like any more information about it, just go to my website, www.eileenotoole.ie. Thank you so much for clicking in and coming this far, perhaps. Goodness knows who has. And, do that thing. Like, share, subscribe, blah-de-blah-blah. Stay cool and be well. Bye.